I don't push fear at all. But if I'm an 18-year-old man and I'm looking at the world right now, whew, it looks like I'm not gonna make it. Especially when you live in certain parts of the world, such as the United States, when you look at the economy there, when you look at what's going on over there. Right now, I'm currently based in Mexico. I moved to Mexico just over a month ago. And I'm going to talk to you guys in this video about the importance of having foresight, having vision, and building your life from the ground up to how you want it to be. If you go by society's rules right now, if you do what society wants you to do right now as an 18-year-old man, if you just go to college and then hopefully you get a degree and then hopefully you get your job and then hopefully you find your wife and then hopefully you get a white picket fence and a dog and 2 kids. If you're going by that, that's the old paradigm. That's the old way of living. That's the old dimension. That's becoming very, very slim. That's a slim path towards success now. I'm not saying don't go to college. I went to college. I graduated in 2024. I love my university. Shout out to Syracuse University. You can look me up online and you can see my academic credentials. I absolutely appreciate the opportunity of going to college and, being able to build my life up and learn the things that I learned there. But I'm going to be completely honest with you. It wasn't my degree that opened the door for me. It was God that opened the door for me. It was the gifts that he placed within me that opened the door for me. The degree only sharpened the gifts that I already had. I purposely chose a degree that would align with the gifts that I have within my heart, within myself. So I was already good at communication. So I said, you know what, let me get a degree in this so I can learn all I need to learn about being the best communicator in the world. Because I knew that I wanted to speak to people, help people, and I knew that communication, right? What you say, how you say it, if you have a message, it can literally change people's lives. And I was proven right. I've been able to change many lives. And it's because I know how to communicate and I have a message to share. And you have to figure out what gifts you have. You have to work on those things. You have to harness that. You have to put time into that. This is not the time to play around. This is not the time to worry about girlfriends or friends. Like when it comes to social life in college, I never really had a poppin' social life. I was really just chilling and I was really just like building out my YouTube channel. You see what I'm saying? I was working on the things that I wanted to work on for me because I knew that at the end of the day, college is gonna end. Right? I knew that at the end of the day, I'm not going to be 18 forever. I'm not going to be 19 forever. I'm not going to be 20 forever. At a certain point, I'm going to be 24, which I am now. And I'm going to have to be responsible for myself, be responsible for whoever's in my life, which is my wife, right? I'm responsible for her, taking care of her, being a good husband for her. And I'm trying to tell you, life hits fast, bro. Time hits fast. And there's no need to rush, but you definitely need a game plan. And it can't be the same game plan. This is my point, right? It cannot be the same game plan as everybody else. And you have to be strategic about doing the things that you do. And you have to have a strategy behind why you do what you do. You can't just do things to do things. You can't just throw things at the wall and just hope that it sticks. You got to have a plan. You got to have a strategy so you can have success. Success loves structure. So at 18, you have to start structuring your life around certain areas: financial, health, going to the gym, learning certain things that can push you in the right direction. When I was 18, I started taking the gym very seriously. And the reason why is because I knew that the gym was going to give me structure. It was going to teach me discipline. It was going to teach me consistency. It was going to teach me what it meant to wake up and work on something and actually see progress in that and become successful with that. You see what I'm saying? The gym can teach you life skills if you look at it from that perspective. Don't go to the gym just to build a physique. Don't go to the gym just to see women. Don't go to the gym just to see yourself in the mirror and say, am I gaining muscle? At first, as men, that might be the reasons why we go at first. But I'm trying to speed track you. Right? I'm trying to help you out. And I want you to understand that going to the gym is going to be one of the best things that you can do for yourself. If you go there with a perspective of, I'm here to be the best that I can be. I'm here to learn structure. I'm here to learn what it means to be disciplined. And then you'll recognize that the gym is actually the place where you'll be able to see. And this is one of the things you can do, right? Like, the gym is not going to be for everybody. You know, this is not the first thing that you need to do at 18 years old. This is just what I did, right? And I recognize, okay, if I keep working on my body, then my body's going to look and feel and be exactly what I want it to be. I'm literally sculpting my body and I'm making my body be what I want it to be. If I can sculpt my body, I can sculpt my life. You see what I'm saying? If I can be successful in my physical attributes and make progress in the gym, it's proof that I have the capabilities of making progress in my life. So that's what the gym did for me at a young age, and it taught me consistency. And I brought that same consistency to my many gifts that God has given me that I chose to harness in on, which was communication. How was I consistent with communication? I created a YouTube channel December 5th, 2023, and I posted every single day for like 2+ years straight. I posted 900 videos straight. Some days I posted 2 videos, right? So I was super consistent, and I'm still consistent in my own ways, but I've reached a different level in life. And it's because of that discipline, and it's because of that level of consistency. So I need you guys to learn. If you're 18 right now, you got to learn structure, which means that you have to learn how to be consistent and disciplined in whatever gift God has given you. Be consistent in that gift, because that gift is your purpose. If you notice, the channel is called For Purpose Driven Men. Why? It's called For Purpose Driven Men because if you're sent here on earth, that means that you were born to do a particular job or task. That's literally the definition of what it means to be born. So it means that you're good at something. You need to figure out what it is that you're good at, and then you need to work on that on a continuous basis and be consistent with that, because that's your purpose. And if you start fulfilling your God-given purpose, I promise you, you'll be successful, you'll be rich, you'll be wealthy, you'll be all the things that you want to be. You'll be able to take care of your family, you'll be able to break generational curses, you'll be able to be one of the most successful people in the world. I promise you that, because you're working on your purpose. You're not falling into the matrix, you're not falling into a trap, you're not just doing what everybody else does. You're figuring out what it is that you need to do with your life. You're figuring out your purpose and you're working on that. And if you do that, you're gonna be successful. You got basketball players, they knew they was gonna be basketball players. LeBron James had a basketball in his hand since he was a baby. He knew he was gonna be a basketball player. He believed in himself. It didn't matter what nobody else said. So that's why I tell you guys as well, it's important for you to focus on yourself and focus on your purpose, because people are going to lead you astray, and people are going to tell you that you can't do this or you can't do that, or that it's not possible for you to be successful in whatever it is that you want to be successful in. You have to be able to shut out the noise, and you have to be able to say, no, I'm here to do my God-given purpose, and I'm just going to keep working on that. And I know that something will come of that. You got to believe it. If you don't believe it, then it won't work. That's part of the equation as well. You got to believe it. And that's why it's important for you to make sure that your social circle, that they're supportive, that they're inspiring you, motivating you, or encouraging you, because that's what people should be doing if they have space in your life. If they're not doing that, then you're not around people that's going to help you grow. You're around people that's going to keep you stuck and keep you stagnant. Many people are stuck and many people are stagnant because they're not in the right environments, because they're not hanging around the right people. I'm always going to put myself in the right environments. I'm always going to hang around the right groups of people, because it's important for me to be around people who are also on their God-given purpose, because that's going to inspire and motivate me to do that more. So this is an online space for that. So if you haven't subscribed yet, definitely subscribe, because everybody that's on this channel, hopefully, is on their God-given purpose. I've been saying this for years, and it's the only way out of what you see in this world. It's the only way out of what you see in this economy. It's the only way out in what you see in this broken society. You see the rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer. But scripture already told us this. This is just a fact. The abundant will become more abundant. And now I'm abundant because of my mindset. So I'm only going to become more abundant. I'm rich. I'm only going to become more rich because I know my purpose, because I know what I'm sent here to do. So God is going to take care of me. And God can take care of you as well. But you first have to take care of yourself. Take care of what you watch. Don't just watch anything. Especially at 18 as a man, be careful who you hang around. Don't just hang around everybody. Be careful of the ways in which you think, because the ways in which you think creates the world that you live in. Your perspective is everything. If you have a negative perspective on life, then you're not going to make it. You got to have a positive outlook. You got to be optimistic. You have to stay delusional. You got to believe in your dreams so much that when people tell you that it's not possible, you use that as motivation and fuel. You don't allow that to make you shut down and say, oh, you're right, I shouldn't do that. Let me think more realistic. What the fuck is realistic anyways? What the fuck does that mean? What does it mean to be realistic? Right? Excuse my French. I get very passionate when people tell other people to be realistic, because what that means is, what they're telling you is, F your dreams. It's not possible for you. Who are they to tell you that? If you're 18 and you're a man, understand that the world is your oyster. Understand that you can accomplish anything that you want, bro. Understand that you have the most abundance out of anybody in the world because you have time on your side, and time is currency. Time is a higher frequency currency than money. Time is more important than money. Because you can always make money, but you can never get your time back. If you're 18, you have a long life to go. There's so much that you can do, so much that you can accomplish. So don't let the state of the world get to you, but you have to look at the state of the world to help you recognize, damn, why are so many people not becoming successful? Why do so many people not have the amount of wealth that they want? Why aren't people making strides in their life? Oh, it's because people are upgrading their life so fast. Yeah. As soon as they hit 18, they go and they get that thing called a credit card and they start swiping that shit and then they go broke, my guy. So what you have to do is you have to go get a job at 18. If I were you, I would get a job. I would take some of that money and I would invest it back into myself. Do you hear what I just said? Take some of that money that you're making from whatever job you get and invest it back into your goals and dreams. I got a mentee of mine. His name is Isaac. Hi, Isaac. Love you, bro. I know you watching. Isaac is like 18, 19, right? He's around that age group. So he's around that same age group that I'm speaking to right now. I told Isaac the other day, he's in college. I told him, hey, bro, don't just go to college. Go get a job. Because these 4 years that you're in college, what if you're able to stack from your part-time job? He's already a 4.0 student, so he's already smart as hell, right? So he can afford to go out there and get a job because his grades aren't going to suffer. So I said, hey, bro, you already smart as hell. You already smart like an alien. You got 4.0 GPA and above. Go get a job. Go save that money, stack that money, and think about how far you'll be after 4 years of stacking that bread, bro. Don't waste your money on stupid stuff. Invest back into yourself with things that make sense and just keep stacking and keep saving. And that's exactly what he's doing. And his life is getting better. And he's finally starting to have a little bit of financial freedom for what you can do at 18, 19. So if you're 18 right now, you can't move like everybody else. You can't do what everybody else is doing. You can't look at the world and think that you can move how the rest of the world is moving. A lot of people aren't going to make it, but you have a chance because you still have a level of delusion that they haven't taken away from you yet. So I'm so freaking glad that you found my channel and not some scumbags that might be in your life or some scumbags channel that's not going to encourage you, that's not going to motivate you, but it's only going to entertain you. I'm sure you know a lot of entertainers. I'm sure there's a lot of creators that entertain you, but they don't pour into you. And they don't tell you the game that I'm telling you right now. What I'm telling you is very valuable because I made it. I made it, bro. I've reached my goals. I accomplished what I wanted to accomplish. I'm in a great position. All glory to God. And it's because I did my purpose. It's because I wasn't playing around. It's because I didn't care about hanging around a whole bunch of people. I cared about the quality of people that I kept around me. It's because I didn't care to party. Instead, I cared the purpose. See what I'm saying? I cared to be on my purpose. And now my life is a party. Now my life is a movie. I moved to Mexico. Remember I mentioned that earlier in the video? You guys are young as hell. I know a lot of you guys are in the United States watching me. And I know we got people worldwide. But what I want you to understand about why I moved to Mexico is because the economy in America is fucked, right? It's just the truth, right? America, it's really hard right now to be able to save money, to be able to invest money, because the amount of money that's needed for you to have an apartment, the amount of money that's needed for you to have the nice things in this world, it doesn't matter what level of wealth you reach. At a certain point, it's just not worth it. And so I moved, and I'm getting more for my money, right? At 18, I want you to understand the value of money. Don't blow that shit on drugs and stupid shit, bro. Excuse my French for the rest of this video. Don't blow that on stupid stuff. Money is essential. Money is going to help you get the life that you want, but you can't spend it on stupid stuff, man. You have to learn how to save the money. You're 18, right? There's no more birthday gifts from your family, bro. You could throw that shit out the window. Nobody's giving you money no more. You a grown-ass man. Welcome to the real world. When it's your birthday, they not gonna give you money like that. They not gonna give you gifts like that. This is all on you now. You have to figure out a game plan of how to get your money's worth. You can't just spend your money on stupid stuff. I used to live in Atlanta, Georgia. I absolutely love Atlanta. And I've made 6 figures through YouTube, through my purpose. I'm not going to spend all my money trying to just survive somewhere that's bleeding through my money and taking my money. I move somewhere where my money can go further, where I can build wealth and stack millions. So I'm doing what I'm doing strategically. As a man, you have to have strategy and you have to have vision. I know that I'm throwing a lot at y'all, but life is a lot. I hope you're taking notes. You need to have vision and you need to have strategy, bro. If you don't have vision and you don't have strategy, as a man, you're not going to make it. Because every man's life, it's his responsibility to figure it out and design it the way that he wants to design it. It looks unique to you. Everyone has a unique fingerprint. Everyone has a unique life because everyone has a unique purpose. So if you're not living in your purpose and you're not doing what you're supposed to do and you're not living how you're supposed to live and you don't learn structure and you don't learn how to be disciplined and consistent and you don't learn how to think outside the box, you're not going to make it. You have to learn how to create your own life the way that you want, not somebody else's life. Nobody really understands why I moved to Mexico. Even if I explained it, some people still won't understand because it's not their freaking life, bro. It's mine. My life is my responsibility. So it's going to look very different from other people's life. Your life is your responsibility. So it has to look very different from other people's life. You're 18. Should you go to college? I can't answer that for you. But what I can say is no matter what you do, you need a skill. You can either learn a skill, learn how to make money, learn how to invest in yourself, or you're not going to make it. And usually that skill that you learn is part of that God-given purpose that he placed within you. Some of you guys are supposed to be content creators. If you want to be a content creator, I have a program below called Purpose Driven Creators. You can check that out. I'm working with a small group of people, serious people. So there's opportunities, right, for you to learn content creation, for you to learn how to be on the internet. But the truth is, it's hard work, and you got to really want that. You can't just say you want to do something because everybody else is doing it. A lot of people want to be content creators, but a lot of people aren't cut out for this life. You got to know that you're cut from a different cloth. You have to know that you're cut for this life. You got to know that you can do this. So whatever it is that you want to do, whatever it is that's on your heart, go for it, bro. And start it right now. If you're going to go to college, you need to also be working on something on the side. You need to be working on your gifts. I went to college, right? But I also worked on my YouTube channel while I was in college. I'm not just gonna focus on college. When I graduate college don't put money into my bank account because I graduated. Hey, you graduated, so we're gonna put money into your bank account. No, it doesn't work like that. You have to still figure out ways to put money into your bank account. And we're living in a time, bro, at 18, what you have to understand is that we're living in a time where you need multiple sources of income in order to sustain yourself, especially in the United States of America and other countries around the world that are dealing with inflation and dealing with a horrible economy. You need to be able to have multiple sources of income. So I know you're only 18, but essentially what I'm saying is any plan that you have, bro, whether that's to go to college, whether that's to learn a trade or a skill, don't just do one thing. Find a way to be multifaceted. Find a way to do multiple things. But it starts with one. It starts with one. It might start with you going to the gym and learning structure. And then after you learn discipline, after you learn consistency, you go ahead and you get a job. Because now you're able to show up for that job on a consistent basis because you know what it means to be consistent, and you're not going to show up late and you're not going to get yourself fired. So now you got a job. Okay, cool. Now that you have a job, you take some of that money from the job and you put it into yourself and you invest in yourself to learn skills or to work on the gifts that God has given you and to fulfill your God-given purpose. So then you work on your purpose. Okay, now you're working on your purpose, bro. That's great. You have a job that's making you money and you working on your purpose. You building out your side hustle. And then one day the side hustle can become the main thing. You have to think outside the box. That's just a pathway that I drew up in my head. It don't have to look like that. It has to look like what it needs to look like for you. So again, welcome to the real world. This is not a drill. This is not a joke. Life is very hard. Many people are broke, and you have to be on your God-given purpose, because if you're not going to see the life that you want. You're not going to live the life that you want. You're not going to experience the life that you want. Whatever dreams you have, stay delusional. Don't let anybody get into your head and tell you that it's not possible. If they tell you that it's not possible, fuck them. Stay the course. Stay locked in. God bless you. Keep going. This is a real message to 18-year-old men out there across the world. I believe in you. I want to see you win. You have to stay delusional. You have to figure out how to have structure in your life. You need to learn consistency and discipline. You have to be abstract. You have to think outside the box. You need to be a jack of all trades. You have to figure out multiple sources of income. You need to take that income from that job that you have, and you need to pour it into yourself and pour into the purpose and the gifts that God has given you. If you're going to go to college, go there with a purpose, know exactly what you're going to major in and know exactly what the fuck you're doing, or you're going to get into a whole bunch of debt and you're going to hate yourself for it. And then at the same time, when you're in college, you need to also be working on a side hustle. Maybe that can be social media, maybe not. I don't know. I don't care. That's for you to figure out. Social media changed my life. I'm living proof of that. Okay. And you need to start looking into living affordably, right? Stop spending your money. Don't be in places that bleed through your money. If you have to thrive. I don't just want you guys to survive. I don't just want you guys to barely make it and hate your life and slave away until the end of fucking time. I need you to actually love your life. I need you to love the life that God has given you. But in order for you to love it and appreciate it and make the most of it, you can't think like your peers. Get out the box and think differently. Think differently. Create a different plan for yourself. That plan is going to be attached to your God-given purpose. I'm gone. Subscribe if you want more videos like this. I'm rooting for you. I wish you the best. All of my resources to be successful are below. Patreon, Purpose-Driven Creators. I'm an author. I wrote a book. You can get it on Amazon. I'm the real fucking deal. I'm so glad you found this video. This is not no joke. I made it from nothing and I became something. You can do the fucking same.